Hey y'all, it's Crystal from Triple C Creations Crafting, and we're going to be doing an Easter craft today. So I've got some of these egg blanks from the Dollar Tree, some of these bunnies, some beads. These beads actually came from Hobby Lobby back at Christmas time. Got them super cheap though. And I'm going to be using some old hymn books, but you can also print these offline. So let's see what I have done. Okay, so nobody wants to watch paint dry, so let me just tell you what I've done here. So I mixed up some paint because I don't keep a lot of colors of paint. I just keep really the primary colors, the basic colors. So I've painted one of my eggs white. I mixed up some light blue. I think that's a nice light blue. That was just blue and white, a lot of white. And then I mixed up some pink. So I used red and white and just a drop of yellow, and I think I come up with a really nice shade here. So I've got them painted, and now I'm going to use some of the Dollar Tree Mod Podge, and I'm going to Mod Podge some songbook pages over these, and I'm interested to see what colors we'll end up with doing the paint underneath. So we'll get that done and we'll see what we got. Okay, so I have applied Mod Podge. This is just the Dollar Tree Mod Podge, and what I did is I put a coat on the eggs, and then I used just a scraper card. I keep any like used gift cards or hotel cards. Scrape it down. If you've got a brayer, I can't find my big brayer. This is actually something from the Dollar Tree, but rub it down real good, get all the air bubbles out, get a good stick, and then I put another layer on top. Not real happy with my paint showing through though. So, I mean, knowing that this one was pink and this one was blue and this one was white, you know, I could probably identify them, but that's about it. So, I'm going to go ahead and get my sanding block. These are just about dry. Go ahead and get my sanding block, and I'm going to go ahead and take off the edges, and then I'm going to take some watered down paint, and I think I'm going to try going over top of it. So, we'll see how that goes. Try again. Okay, so after a little bit of time, and it's actually been a couple of days before I got back to this project, but my my first attempt did not work. So this is the blue egg, this is the white egg, and except for the color on the edges, you really can't tell a whole lot of difference. So I had to go back to the drawing board and punt, as my high school chemistry teacher would say. So what I did is I went back and I mixed up the color I wanted, and I used that paint. I actually painted my bunny, and then I added a little bit of water. I watered it down and did like a wash over my music sheet. So this is what I came up with. I also painted some beads because this is my own creation of color, so I didn't have anything to match it. So I painted some beads, and just what I did to paint those is I actually put them on a paper straw. These are pretty big holes, but I kind of flatten the straw, and it holds them like they don't slide up and down, so I can paint them and then just slide them off. It doesn't take very long to dry. It only took one coat. So that was what I did there. I'm going to do the same thing with my blue one now, and I thought I would make the string of beads like the one I had shown earlier with the rainbow on it, but I don't think I am. I think I'm actually going to make like door hangers just to go on the door, you know, so you can actually hang them up. All right, so to get this off, I used my spatula, and this is actually the one that came with my silhouette, but you could use the one from the Dollar Tree to pick off this little cottontail. There we go. Now I could leave it plain, but I like adding a little bit more color to it. So and I really am going to have to start wearing an apron when I paint, because I end up with paint on every shirt I have. And I'm not even worried about doing the edges with this. I'm just going to paint the top. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Now I'm not going to paint any beads. I actually found in that mix from the Dollar Tree, there was some blue ones that were pretty close. So this mix from the Dollar Tree had actually 2 shades of blue in it, and I really think that lighter one is close enough. So I'm not going to paint any beads. But I am going to water this down now. I'd planned on painting beads, so I actually made a little bit more paint. Actually, that is not my water bottle. I think that's actually my stamp cleaner. Let's try again. Yep, here's my water bottle. This is just my water bottle I use when I use my embossing folders. Alright. So a little bit of water here. Just working on the edge out here. You can tell when it's watered down. Nope, it's not quite watered down enough. Let's put some more water in it. Definitely made too much paint. Okay, that's a little bit more. All right, now, not done. Don't panic. Because it is watered down, it's really thin. And then I'm just going to take a paper towel and lightly, it's almost like a chalk, like a chalky kind of thin. I don't know, I wiped off too much. Could also just dab. Ooh, maybe that's what I'll do for this one. Just kind of dab. I keep dabbing off too much. I know nobody else ever redoes things. Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay. All right. So I'm going to let that dry, and then I will just hot glue this on, and that one will be ready to assemble. But while we're waiting on that one to dry, let's do the pink one. So usually I use this jute for something like this, and it's really hard to get the frayed edges through the beads. So what I do is I just put a piece of tape on it, spin it around, maybe trim it off a little bit, and then I don't have any trouble with it going through the beads. So I've got some of these white beads that are from the Dollar Tree. They were from that bag of mix. And it went through a minute ago, but now it's not wanting to go through. I made sure to cut off more than I needed. There we go. Got a much better wrap on that. All right, so I'm going to start with white so that it'll show up a little bit better. I also thought too, I want to give these to some school friends. Maybe I may take some vinyl and I could actually put their name on it, or even just an initial. Probably not their name, because if they're going to hang it outside, we're not allowed to put names on our door anymore. It's a safety thing. And I'm just alternating the white and the pink. You could also put some neutral colored in here. I've got a bunch more of these larger beads that are not painted. But I definitely want to use up the ones I painted. Wouldn't be the end of the world if I had to paint over them though. Not quite big enough. Let's keep going. Yeah, I think that's big enough. And I ended with a white because I'm actually going to take this end and I'm going to try to feed it back through this white. Oh, and it worked. Look at that. And these white ones have smaller holes. So there's my band. And then we will just attach it. Try not to get it on my blue one or get paint on my shirt when I pull up my sleeves. Oh, I was worried about that. I don't have quite a big enough hole. Just stretching it out. And could actually, do I want to tie that on the front? May have messed up. Let's see. Do I want to tie a bow on this on the front? I don't think I do. I think I just want to tie in the back. Again, I know nobody else goes back and redoes things. And we'll just snip that. There we go. So I think that will make a cute door hanger for a classroom, for a home. Could also be something cute for a not a beaded tray, a tiered tray for Easter. If you wanted to do the, instead of doing the loop, you know, do the long one, you could. So I hope you enjoyed that. And then I will do the blue one, and I will add pictures at the end of the video of the completed blue one. Until next time, see ya.